The in-house account feature is a non-network account method of payment, MOP, that grants credit at the discretion of the site manager. An in-house account functions like a credit card with no actual transfer of funds at the time of use. In this video, we will cover how to configure in-house accounts. The first step is to log into the configuration client. Navigate to the configuration client and log in. Navigate to Store Operations. Select the option House Account, Pay In, Pay Out. The first step is to click Add. After clicking Add, a new in-house account appears on the screen, and the account number is automatically set to 0. Navigate to the field Account Number, and, for this example, we will configure Account 1. Please note that the account number field accepts numbers and letters. This can be any alphanumeric string the merchant uses to track the account, and it must be no longer than 20 characters. After including the account number, go to the field name Account Name. For the first in-house account example, the account name will be Employee Purchase. After the account is named, the next step is to enable it. Navigate to the Options area and check the box label Enabled. This action will make the in-house account available. Additionally, in the Options area, we are going to check the box labeled Prompt for Sub-Account Number. If this option is checked, the system will prompt the cashier to identify which employee is using the in-house account. Along with entering the tender amount, we will check this option because it will identify which employee is using it. The next step is to configure the Trigger Functions area. The trigger functions determine how the in-house account will be used. Triggers can be enabled so that the house account may appear for selection during the use of the house account MOP, Pay In function, and Pay Out function. For the Employee Purchase in-house account, we must check the box In-house MOP. In-house MOP, or in-house method of payment, behaves like a standard method of payment. However, no transactions are sent externally to the network. This means that the transaction activity is recorded internally within the commander, and the customer, in this case the employee, agrees to pay for the transaction at a later date. Additionally, for this account, we need to enable the Pay In function. The Pay In function logs the cash added to the cash drawer, while the Pay Out function logs the cash being removed from the cash drawer. With the use of the Pay In trigger function, employees may reduce or pay down their account balance with cash. For this in-house account, select the Pay In checkbox. The last step is to click Save. This will ensure that the in-house account that was just configured is successfully saved. The next house account we are going to add is the vendor's in-house account. The purpose of the vendor's in-house account is to pay that vendor in cash from the drawer for their services. Essentially, this account's purpose is to ensure the vendor is paid for the services and/or products they provided to the establishment. Please note that the best practice is to create individual vendor accounts, as this makes tracking easier. This is important to note because the configuration client does not include a feature to create a generic account for all vendors. The first step in adding the vendor's in-house account is to click Add. Please click Add. Next, navigate to the field named Account Number, and for the vendor's in-house account, enter 2. Next, enter the vendor's account name in the Account Name field. For this example, the name will be Vendor's House Account. The next step will be configuring the Options area. Check the box named Enabled. This action will activate the vendor's in-house account and make it available for use in the system. The next step is to configure the trigger functions for this in-house account. The in-house MOP, or the in-house method of payment checkbox, must be selected. For the vendor's account, we only need to enable the payout function. The payout function reflects cash being removed from the cash drawer when a vendor is paid. In this example, only the payout function is required for the vendor's account. This function can be used when a vendor wishes to be paid only in cash, and it will be recorded on the cash drawer. The last step is to click Save. Once these settings are saved, the vendor's account configuration is complete. The last in-house account we are going to configure is the Petty Cash Only in-house account. The Petty Cash in-house account can be defined as an accessible fund of money kept by an organization for any small item expenditures. To add another in-house account, click Add. Then, navigate to the first field named Account Number, and for this example, enter 3. The next step is to include the account name, and the account name we are going to use for this example is Petty Cash. Go ahead and name this in-house account Petty Cash. The next step is to configure the Options area. For the Options area, select the checkbox labeled Enabled. The next step is to configure the trigger functions for this in-house account. For the Petty Cash in-house account, check the Pay In and Payout checkboxes. You can use the Payout function to pay an employee for purchases. When the employee returns with change, use the Pay In function to add it back into the cash drawer. The last step is to click Save. Once these settings are saved, the Petty Cash in-house account configuration is complete. The in-house account reports can only be generated via the daily and shift reports. The in-house report displays totals for the in-house account sales and refunds, pay in-house accounts, and payout house accounts. The daily and shift reports include totals for each in-house account, and every day the site must record these totals in a separate ledger using the method of its choice to record its financial information. This step is very important because the in-house report will not perform any logical operations on the transactions for the configured in-house accounts. Once you log into the Report Navigator, go to Reports, and then View Report. The next step will be to navigate to the field named Period Type and select the option Period 2, Example Day. Next, navigate to the field named Period and select the option Current Day. Now navigate to the field named Reports and select the House Account Report. Select Add. The report will appear in the field on the right labeled Reports to be Processed. Finally, select Process. Once this action is complete, the generated report will open in a new window. In this window, you will be able to see the total amount for the accounts named House Accounts Sales and Refunds, Pay In-House Accounts, and Payout House Accounts totals. It is best practice to record totals in a separate ledger, as the House Accounts report does not perform mathematical equations. Monthly or yearly versions of this report are not available. For more information on configuring the in-house accounts, refer to the documentation located in verifone.cloud. Go to Petroleum. Then navigate to Feature References and locate the in-house accounts feature reference.